Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Learn with Sir Glenn. So for this video, we're going to discuss division of polynomials in one variable using long division method. Okay, so let's go. So before we proceed with dividing polynomials in one variable using the long division, we're going to review first division of full numbers. So let's try divide 3,323 by 14. So if we divide these numbers, we're going to use a division bracket. Then we put the dividend inside, which is 3,323. Then divisor outside, which is 14. So after this, all you have to do is to use the division cycle. It is a cycle composed of operations that you're going to use when dividing using a division bracket. So first, we have the divide, then multiply, subtract, bring down, then go back to the divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. We're going to divide 33 and 14 on our numbers. So 33 divided by 14, there will be 2. Then after the divide, you proceed to multiply. So we're going to multiply 2 times 14, and that is equal to 28. Then after multiply, you subtract. So 33 minus 28 is equal to 5. Then after the subtract, you will bring down 2. So that will give us 52. So now we go back to divide. Dividing 52 divided by 14, which will give us 3. Then multiply, 3 times 14 is 42. Then subtract, so 52 minus 42 is equal to 10. Then bring down 3. So that will give us 103. Then we go back to divide. 103 divided by 14 is equal to 7. We multiply, 7 times 14 is equal to 98. You subtract, you will have 5. So since there's no more numbers to bring down, then 5 is considered as our remainder. So when you divide 3,323 divided by 14, you will have 237 remainder 5. In polynomials division algorithm, if p of x and d of x are polynomials and d of x is not equal to 0, then there exists a unique polynomial q of x and r such that p of x is equal to d of x times q of x plus r, where p of x is your dividend, then d of x is your divisor, q of x is quotient, and r is remainder. Or we can just simply express this as when you divide p of x by the polynomial d of x, you will have an answer which is q of x plus remainder over d of x. How do we divide polynomials using long division? So suppose you want to find the quotient and the remainder when x cubed minus 2x squared minus 4 is divided by x minus 3. So we're going to divide this almost the same way with what we did on our whole numbers. So therefore, we're going to use our division bracket since we're going to divide it using long division. On the division bracket, we're going to put the dividend inside, then divisor outside. So for this one, our dividend is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 0x minus 4. When you put your dividend and divisor on your division bracket, make sure that the polynomials are arranged in descending power of x. Then you have to put 0 in place of any missing terms or term. So for this one, we're going to put 0x in place of missing x raised to 1 on our dividend. Then after this, we put the divisor outside, which is x minus 3. So after placing your dividend and divisor on your division bracket, you can now use your division cycle. So we're going to start with the divide, and when we do that, we divide the leading terms of your polynomial. So for this one, we will have x cubed divided by x, and that will give us x squared. So after the divide, we multiply. We're going to multiply x squared, which is our partial quotient, to your divisor x minus 3. So to do that, we will have x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 3 is negative 3x squared. Then after multiply, we subtract. So we'll just simply subtract these terms. Then since we are subtracting terms on your polynomial, so when you subtract the terms, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. So now we're going to add these terms. So x cubed plus negative x cubed is 0. So you simply cancel those terms. The negative 2x squared plus positive 3x squared will give you x squared. Then after the subtract process, we're going to bring down. So we're going to bring down all the remaining terms on our polynomial. So we bring down 0x. and negative 4. Then after this, we're going to go back to divide process, dividing the leading terms of your polynomials. So x squared divided by x will give you x. Then proceed to multiply. So x times x minus 3 will give you x squared minus 3x. Then after multiply, you're going to subtract again. So since we're subtracting, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. Then we're going to add this. So x squared plus negative x squared is 0. So you simply cancel those terms. 0x plus positive 3x will give you 3x. Then after subtract, we're going to bring down the remaining terms. So we'll have negative 4, bring down negative 4. Then we divide again. So leading term divided by leading term. 3x divided by x will give you 3. Then we multiply again. So we multiply 3 to your divisor. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Then after multiply, we subtract the terms. Since we're subtracting the terms, we're going to change the sign of the subtrahend, proceed to addition. Then all you have to do is to add these terms. Positive 3x plus negative 3x is 0. Negative 4 plus positive 9 will give you 5. So since there are no more terms to bring down on your polynomial, then 5 will be our remainder. So all we have to do now is to write our answer in this form. So x squared plus x plus 3 plus 5 over x minus 3, where 5 is your remainder and x minus 3 is actually your divisor. To make it easier to remember how to divide polynomial using long division, here are the steps on using the long division. So step 1, make sure that the polynomial is written in descending power of x. If any term are missing, use a 0 to fill the missing term. So this will help you in spacing on your polynomials. So to make it short, we're going to use the word arrange. Step 2, use the division bracket. Put the dividend inside and divisor outside. For shortcut, we're going to use the word place. Then step 3, use the cycle, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Start by dividing the leading term of dividend to the leading term of your divisor. So that will give us a divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, or the division cycle. Step 4, repeat step 3 until there's no more terms to bring down. So the remaining term after the last subtraction step is the remainder, must be written as fraction in the final answers. Okay, so let's try our steps in dividing polynomials using long division. So let's find the quotient and the remainder when 2x plus 2x cubed minus 5 is divided by x plus 2. So the step 1 is to arrange. Arrange the dividend and divisor in descending power of x and put 0 in place of any missing term or terms. So for this one, we're going to arrange your dividend, and that will give us 2x cubed plus 0x squared plus 2x minus 5. And this is actually your 2x cubed, then your 2x, and minus 5. You just simply arrange it so that the exponent will be in descending order. And we have to put 0x squared for the missing term with x squared on our polynomial. Since the divisor x plus 2 is already arranged in descending power of x, then you can now proceed with step 2, which is place. You have to place the dividend inside and divisor outside on your division bracket. So therefore, we're going to have 2x cubed plus 0x squared plus 2x minus 5 inside and x plus 2 outside. Then all we have to do now is to use our division cycle. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So we're going to start with the divide, dividing the leading terms of your polynomial. So we will have 2x cubed divided by x, and that will give us 2x squared. After the divide, we multiply. So we multiply 2x squared times x plus 2. That will give us 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. Then after multiply, we subtract. So since we are subtracting terms on your polynomial, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So we're going to add these terms, and 2x cubed plus negative 2x cubed is equal to 0. So we're just going to cancel those terms. So 0x squared plus negative 4x squared is equal to negative 4x squared. After the subtraction process, we're going to bring down the remaining terms. So we're going to bring down 2x and negative 5. Then we go back to the divide. So we're going to divide negative 4x squared divided by x, and that will give us negative 4x. Then we're going to multiply. So we multiply negative 4x times x plus 2. So negative 4x times x is negative 4x squared. Negative 4x times 2 will give you negative 8x. Then we subtract the terms. So since we are subtracting terms of polynomials, we're going to change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. So after this, we're just going to add these terms. So we're going to have negative 4x squared plus positive 4x squared is 0. So you simply cancel those terms. Positive 2x plus positive 8x will give you positive 10x. Then we bring down. So bring down negative 5. Then we go back to the divide. So we're going to divide 10x divided by x, and that will give us positive 10. We multiply. Multiply 10 times x plus 2 will give you 10x plus 20. Then after multiply, you subtract. So subtracting this, you have to change the sign of the subtrahend. Proceed to addition. So that will give us positive 10x plus negative 10x is 0. So you just simply cancel. Negative 5 plus negative 20 will give you negative 25. So since there's no more terms to bring down on your polynomials, so we're going to have negative 25 as our remainder. So all we have to do now is to write our answer in this form. So 2x squared minus 4x plus 10 plus negative 25, which is our remainder, over x plus 2, which is our divisor. Okay, so let's have another example. So let's say you want to find the quotient of 2x raised to 4 minus 32 divided by x plus 2. So step 1, you arrange your polynomials into descending power of x. That's why we will have 2x raised to 4 plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 32. Using 0 for the place of those missing terms on our polynomials. Since the divisor is already arranged in descending power of x, we can now proceed with step 2, which is place. So we're going to place your dividend and divisor in division bracket. So dividend inside, which is 2x raised to 4 plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 32, and divisor outside, which is x plus 2. Then all we have to do now is to use our division cycle, which is divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And then we're going to start with the divide. So we're going to divide the leading terms on our given polynomial. So 2x raised to 4 divided by x is 2x raised to 3. Then after divide, we multiply. 2x raised to 3 times x plus 2 will give you 2x raised to 3 times x is equal to 2x raised to 4. 2x raised to 3 times 2 is equal to 4x raised to 3. Then all you have to do is to subtract these terms. So since we are subtracting terms of polynomials, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So we will now have 2x raised to 4 plus negative 2x raised to 4 is 0. 0x cubed plus negative 4x cubed will give you negative 4x cubed. Then all you have to do is to bring down the remaining terms. Then we go back to divide. So we're going to divide negative 4x cubed divided by x, and that will give us negative 4x squared. Then we're going to multiply. Negative 4x squared times x plus 2 will give you negative 4x squared times x is negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x squared times positive 2 will give you negative 8x squared. Then after this, we're going to subtract. So since we are subtracting, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. Negative 4x cubed plus positive 4x cubed is equal to 0. Then we will have 0x squared plus positive 8x squared is equal to positive 8x squared. Then after subtract, we're going to bring down the remaining terms. So we will have 0x minus 32 here. Then we go back to divide. Dividing 8x squared divided by x will give you 8x. Then we multiply 8x times x plus 2 will give us 8x times x is equal to 8x squared. 8x times 2 is equal to 16x. Then we subtract the terms. So since we are subtracting, change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So we're adding 8x squared plus negative 8x squared is 0. So 0x plus negative 16x will give you negative 16x. Then after subtracting, we're going to bring down. So we will have negative 16 minus 32. Then after this, we're going to divide. So negative 16x divided by x is equal to negative 16. After divide, we multiply. Negative 16 times x is negative 16x. Negative 16 times 2 is equal to negative 32. Then, after multiply, we're going to subtract the terms. So, since we're subtracting, change the sign of the subtrahend, proceed to addition. Negative 16x plus positive 16x is 0. Then, negative 32 plus positive 32 is also 0. Then, we're done with our division. Since the last term here is 0, there will be no remainder for this one. So, our answer is 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 8x minus 16. Okay, so let's have our last example. So let's say you want to divide negative x cubed minus 2x plus 3x raised to 4 minus 3 all over x plus 1. So step 1, you arrange the polynomials in descending power of x. So therefore, we're going to have 3x raised to 4 minus x cubed plus 0x squared minus 2x minus 3. After this, we're going to proceed with our step 2, which is place the polynomial in your division bracket. So dividend inside, divisor outside. So we will have 3x raised to 4 minus x cubed plus 0x squared minus 2x minus 3 inside and x plus 1 outside. Then after this, we're going to use the division cycle. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. We will start with the divide. Dividing 3x raised to 4 divided by x, and that will give us 3x cubed. Then we multiply 3x cubed times x will give you 3x raised to 4. 3x cubed times 1 will give you 3x cubed. Then all we have to do now is to subtract the terms. So since we are subtracting terms of polynomials, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, proceed to addition. So we will now have 3x raised to 4 plus negative 3x raised to 4 is 0. Negative x cubed plus negative 3x cubed is equal to negative 4x cubed. Then after this, we're going to bring down the remaining terms. So we'll have the 0x squared, negative 2x, and negative 3. Then we will go back to divide. So negative 4x cubed divided by x will give you negative 4x squared. Then after that, we multiply. So negative 4x squared times x is negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x squared times positive 1 is negative 4x squared. After this, we're going to subtract. So since we're subtracting terms of polynomial, we change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. So we will now have negative 4x cubed plus positive 4x cubed is equal to 0. Then 0x squared plus positive 4x squared is equal to 4x squared. Bring down the remaining terms, so negative 2x and negative 3. Then we're going to divide again. So positive 4x squared divided by x will give you positive 4x. Then we multiply. So 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 1 is equal to 4x. Then we subtract the terms. So since we are subtracting, change the sign of subtrahend, proceed to addition. So 4x squared plus negative 4x squared is 0. Negative 2x plus negative 4x is equal to negative 6x. Bring down the remaining term, which is negative 3. Then we divide again. So negative 6x divided by x is equal to 6. Then multiplies. Negative 6 times x is negative 6. Negative 6 times positive 1 is equal to negative 6. Then all you have to do is to subtract the terms. So, change the sign of subtrahend, proceed to addition. So, negative 6x plus positive 6x is 0. So, negative 3 plus positive 6 will give you 3. So, since there's no more terms to bring down, we will have remainder 3. So, our answer is 3x cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x minus 6 plus 3, which is our remainder, over x plus 1, which is our divisor. Okay, so that's it. We're done. Thank you for watching and hope you have learned something from this video.